buildings for the separation against microbiology. We process raw materials in a different, raw hazelnuts in a different building, and the processed, I mean the roasted products in a different building. And in order to ease our flexibility with high volumes, as you will see in our video, we established product transfer systems. On the left-hand side, our processed hazelnuts are transferred automatically without disturbing the normal production or storage area. It goes through the conveyors like that. It passes through from one building to the other, only the product with GMP rules, without the access of any insects or any birds or any harmful issues, and goes into our processing building. It increased our flexibility too much because of our high capacity. Sometimes for completely safe, it is not enough to have just one or two technologies. You have to benefit from different types of technologies. Other than the laser technology, what we use is the air system. It's very interesting. When there is a product or a substance with particles, and when you feed a lot of air inside of it, it is acting just like a fluid. The heavy material sinks down, the light ones goes up. This technology helps us, as you will see the machines operation on the video. The heavy metals, the metals which are heavy, the stones goes down. It includes 0.01% of the foreign materials that can go from the lasers. And also we have metal detectors. So it's a second principle that we use for the removal of the foreign materials. And then the products comes to hazelnut processing oven. It is a CCP, of course, and it is designed to have 5 logs of salmonella. It is within the hygiene zone, so there's a segregation between the processed material, processed products, and also raw materials. It is designed for the lethality to reduce 5 logs of salmonella. We are running from 130 to 180 centigrade degrees at minimum 35 minutes. It's a CCP. We established different systems because normally the ovens are just measuring the air. So because if they measure something different, the centigrade degrees, the temperatures fluctuates. So here we established different systems. We are measuring as a critical control point the product, not the air. So therefore, we really measure what we have to measure for food safety. And we have 2 different controls, one for the operation of the oven and also one for the safety of oven if it exceeds the limits. This is where we kill the bacteria. This is our most critical part. For blanching, we have 2 systems. One is the air system, and the second one is the brushes. Here you can see we have an air system, and here we have a brush type of blanching system. In the air system, it is filtered according to the food safety regulations, and the hazelnuts are blanching themselves during the rolling. And with these brushes, the remaining unblanched part are blanched with the brushes. After that, as a third technology, we use optical sorters. It is designed in a very similar way as the laser's decision maker does. But this time it doesn't use a laser beam, but just like a camera. It is looking to the product and it is acting in the same manner. The fourth technology and the last technology that we use against foreign materials are resonance sorter or acoustic sorter. It is really very funny as well. as you will see on the video, there are some channels. The product runs through these channels on a metal bar. Ben, can you play the video, please? It is going through these channels. It has a certain slope. During their journey, they create a vibration, a sound, and there is a sensor which is looking to that sound. The hazelnut creates a certain type of sound, and any other type of material creates a different type of sound, and it understands that, my friend, you are not a hazelnut. So you have to go out, and it rejects. For hazelnut dice production, we have a machine, as you will see on the video. It's another video as well. We are cutting the hazelnuts according to the required sizes. The good product flows out as a good product. There are some meal which goes directly for meal. And the big parts, just to show you how it is work, I opened the converse to show you this. And it is returning back to the machine for cutting to the right sizes. And of course, after all this, I think the best technology is human eye. And we are controlling the latest product with the human eye, which is our critical control point. So the paste processing, that we are really very strong, and we had a lot of experience on that. We will see as a video here. It's the first one is the hazelnut paste grinder. It's really very interesting. This whole hazelnuts, when you press it and force it to blow the fat parts, it is going directly into a liquid. It's really very interesting. We have in the first one 300 microns of thickness, and in this finers it is going into below 30 microns, which is mostly desired with our customers. And after that, we established our pasteurization system. It exists only in our company. We did that. We worked on how we can do a pasteurization for the paste. Actually, there was even no scientific research about hazelnut pasteurization. We thought what we can do. We analyzed milk pasteurization, which contains lots of bacteria. We thought if we exceed the limits of milk, then we can also achieve the hazelnuts pasteurization. The milk pasteurization is around 72 to 75%. You know it better than I do, with 15 to 20 seconds. We did a pasteurization system of 63 seconds above 75 centigrade degrees, and we made it automatic. As we will see in the first video, there is a three-way valve, and it is looking, there are two sensors. It is looking whether it reaches the desired temperature with these two sensors. If it is below the required limits, then it sends the product automatically to repasteurization. If it understands that the product is pasteurized, then as you will see in the second video here, this valve turns and enables us to feed as a final product. If not, as you can see here, it returns back to be repasteurized. So the next and the final one is the storage and shelf life of hazelnut products. As my friends informed, the nuts fortunately are very stable products, and if we store them in cool and dry places away from sunlight, we have a very long shelf lives. We have to put them away, of course, from the beams, just like ultraviolet, and of course it should be stored in special areas without being open for the odors coming from other products, just like cacao or other issues, or it should be preserved, of course, against any insecticides. That's why our packaging are generally in vacuum packs, nitrogen-flashed vacuum packs. And hazelnut has an advantage for having a high level of E with vitamin E, which increases the resistance to the oxidation and rancidity. The hazelnuts have low water activity, the end products, therefore it's difficult for bacteria to grow, and the texture is much more stable. When we look at to this chart, we see that it's around 12 months, and if it is refrigerated between 5 centigrade degrees to 10 centigrade degrees, we may have even more shelf lives. For our practice, I tested a 3-year-old in-shell hazelnuts. It was kept in a good storage condition. It was as good as the new ones. So the presence, the storage conditions are really very crucial for the nuts. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you. That was an excellent presentation. For the sake of time, we're going to take questions for Felah, but we'll probably limit them to 1 or 2 at this point.
Thank you very much. It has been my pleasure.
So our first question is, please clarify the process of lot identification with raw varieties or regions of Turkish hazelnuts. How do you trace the raw material?
Yeah, the traceability is the most important part of our system. We have special experts which has around 30-40 years of hazelnut experience. When we receive the raw material, we first have a quality plan. We make all the analysis, including microbiological, biological, physical and chemical properties, and we give a traceability number for all of them, and we also check their presence of different cultures, and we check whether it is good for the end product's need or not. Therefore, we have a good traceability. And recently, we have a great endeavor to trace back to the tree. We are working with our growers to make a full traceability until the tree. It was not existing in hazelnut, but especially our company are working on that. We already had 2,000 growers so that we can ensure this traceability.
Excellent. There's a question on what is a blanching ratio?
Well, it depends on the region that our customer are asking, because some of our customers are asking for Akçakoca region, some of them are Giresun region. It includes, it is according to the property of the end products, but sometimes, of course, because of the cost issues. Therefore, we can change according to our customers. If we produce from Akçakoca regions, we have a blanching ratio of around 60%. When we go with Giresun type of hazelnuts, it's around 72-73%. And if it is Levant, I mean the other Eastern Black Sea region, it's around 65% of blanching ratio.
All right, our last question. How often do you experience supply issues of hazelnuts due to bad crop challenges?
Well, so far we didn't face the critical issues for bad crop because as I mentioned, when there is a bad crop in the eastern region, there is a good crop in the western region. So we have a high flexibility of switching from one to the other. Of course, sometimes the costs are increasing because the blanching ratios in Akçakoca region is less. Therefore, the costs are increasing. But a good estimation is important. The harvesting in the beginning of August are generally in the seaside and the middle region, which is generally very sunny periods. Therefore, when we make a good estimation and we make the contracts and the purchasing at the beginning of the season, we have always a good merchandise in the stocks. Therefore, when it is coming to the upper levels, which is in September, the possibility to have worst merchandise, worst merchandise is higher. Therefore, this is our business to make this strategic adjustment, and we don't reflect to our end users and customers.
Thank you very much. It's been a joy to learn so much about hazelnuts, and we thank you for traveling all the way from Turkey to be with us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure and an honor for me to be here. Thank you, Sharon.
And please accept our gift of confections for you to enjoy.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Have a very nice day.